Welcome to this explainer. Ever wonder why some people grind their entire lives just to barely scrape by, while others seem to steadily build millions? It's kind of the ultimate question, isn't it? I mean, they've got the same hours in a day, they're often in the exact same industries, yet the results are just wildly different. Now, you might be wondering, is the difference simply luck? Well, the definitive answer is no. Sure, chance plays a role for all of us, but the actual engine of trajectory-shifting wealth is mindset. It's the invisible framework we use to make our decisions every single day. Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. We'll start off with the great mindset divide, look at money and time strategies, explore growth, learning, and risk, then tackle opportunity and ownership before wrapping up with a massive one, the compound effect. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the great mindset divide. Look, a scarcity mindset almost always looks outward for excuses. It's the economy, it's bad luck, it's family background. But a wealthy mindset, they take complete, absolute ownership. Even if your starting conditions are fundamentally unfair, refusing to play the victim is the very first step to reclaiming your control. Blaming outside forces just literally gives all your power away. My life is my responsibility. Try saying that to yourself. Internalizing this exact shift is a total game changer. It turns roadblocks from excuses to quit into puzzles you are personally incentivized to solve. It pushes you forward because you finally realize that no one else is coming to save you. Moving right along to Section 2, money and time strategies. So every payday brings a fork in the road, right? A poor mindset immediately goes out and buys liabilities, the shiny new phone, designer clothes. But a wealthy mindset pauses. They ask, how can I actually use this cash to make more cash? Every dollar is essentially viewed as a little employee hired to go out and capture more dollars. And this goes way beyond just money. It bleeds right into how we manage our time. Working hard by trading your hours for a paycheck is honestly a trap because you've only got a strict 24-hour ceiling. True financial freedom means decoupling your time from your earnings by building income-generating systems. Now, what's really interesting here is these sleep income systems. We're talking scalable businesses, a successful YouTube channel, automated investments, or digital products. These are the tangible engines working in the background, generating cash flow for you long after you've gone to bed. That brings us to Section 3, growth, learning, and risk. Let's be real, complacency is a trap. The second someone says, I already know everything, well, their growth just flatlines. The wealthiest people out there are perpetual students. They're constantly devouring books, picking up high-leverage skills, and jumping into new technologies. They stay endlessly curious. Because at the end of the day, the absolute greatest investment you can make is an investment in yourself. There's a literal direct correlation here. The more you learn, the more you earn. The market is set up to richly reward the people who are equipped to solve the biggest problems. Of course, learning and growing involves risk. And a scarcity mindset gets completely paralyzed by that. They constantly ask, well, what if I fail? But a wealthy mindset, they are terrified of a missed opportunity. They ask, what if I never try? They know for a fact that doing nothing guarantees failure every single time. Now, don't get me wrong, taking action doesn't mean taking blind leaps. The wealthy take calculated risks. It's about systematically mitigating the unknown. You gather the data, learn the landscape, and plan meticulously before making your move. You reduce the variables as much as humanly possible. Next up is Section 4, opportunity and ownership. This really boils down to the lens through which you view the world. Where one person sees a frustrating roadblock to complain about, another person sees a hidden opportunity just waiting to be tapped. If an industry is inefficient, they don't just whine about it. They figure out a way to fix the frustration and sell the solution. Just look at the early internet boom as a perfect historical example. Back in the 90s, cynics were literally asking, what's the point of this? Meanwhile, opportunistic minds were busy building e-commerce and media empires. They owned the shift and capitalized on the unknown while everyone else just complained about dial-up speeds. All right, so the crucial point we've been building towards is Section 5, the compound effect. The final divide comes down to timelines. A scarcity mindset is super obsessed with short-term gratification, the quick dopamine hit of buying something new or simply surviving until Friday. But true wealth is an oak tree, not a bead. You have to think decades ahead, not days. 5, 10, or even 20 years. Those are the actual timelines a wealthy mindset is projecting out. When they invest $1 today, they aren't looking at next week's return. They're looking at what its potential will be 2 decades from now. It's a fundamentally longer game. And this is the compound effect. It's not about making one lucky massive bet. It's the snowballing force of small, smart, consistent decisions. Reading 10 pages a day, investing $50 extra a week. Over decades, those tiny choices forge an absolutely unstoppable force of financial momentum. So consider this your ultimate cheat sheet. Every decision pushes you toward one of these two realities. Are you spending or investing? Exchanging time or building systems? Stopping your learning or continuously growing? Fearing risk or mitigating it? Blaming the outside world or completely owning your future? Because at the end of the day, the core thesis is so simple. Rich people do not work for money. They make money work for them. The biggest difference isn't what's sitting in your bank account right now. It's the mental software driving your decisions. Upgrade that software, and the financial reality inevitably follows. So, I want to leave you with this provocative question. Will you declare, "I will develop a rich mindset today"? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep growing, and whatever you do, keep compounding your choices.